You know, my story is a little bit painful to tell, but I was in the throes of an addiction that I couldn't solve, that I couldn't understand. I was dead spiritually, I was dead morally, I was dead in my marriage, and I thought there was no answer for me. I was an alcoholic for 14 of the 16 years that I was married to my beautiful wife.
Our marriage was very, very rocky, and we saw counselors, we saw lots of people that told me to leave and told me not to stay married to a man that wouldn't face his addiction.
The worldly things taught me that as long as I had a good job, provided for my family, as long as that I didn't really do anything that I thought wasn't too immoral, that I could keep drinking, that I wasn't hurting anybody. That's the biggest lie of the enemy, is first and foremost that you don't need God, that you're in control, and that you're hurting no one.
I screamed and cried. We fought, we cussed, we threw things. It was tough.
I sat there many days in church, and I know what the problem I had, but I didn't want to say it because I was ashamed, I was embarrassed. I didn't want to tell my fellow brothers what my challenge was.
I knew Rick was drinking. He told me he wasn't. I had found it again. I called him out on it, and very reluctantly he admitted to it. I didn't understand that it was a disease. I thought that it was a choice, and they actually call it a disease of choice because it starts as a choice and then it moves into a disease. It's so strong that they'll throw it all away just to have another drink.
I'm not in charge, and it's his plan, not mine, but I don't know why on March 10th of 2012, I decided to quit drinking and to get help and to give it all to God, to really be my person in charge, my pilot, and not me.
He would get up and go to an AA meeting, leave the house at 5, go to a meeting, go to work, go to another meeting, and get home at 10 o'clock at night, and then wake up and do it again.
I've been sober for 836 days today, and every one of those days is a glorification of what God has done. The shame and the guilt is gone. That's been uplifted and relieved. I'm glad I went through this. I'm glad that God put me through this, because God has made me a stronger, refined. He's put me through the fire. He's wiped off the impurities, and He's made me stronger. He's made me stronger. And if that could just prick somebody's heart to say, you know what, maybe I need just to talk to somebody. That's the first step, just to talk to somebody.
I knew that if I chose to leave, I would never see my miracle. And that's what I was waiting on. I stuck around so I could see the miracle.
There is hope. There is hope. If our God could send His Son to die on the cross and be resurrected 3 days later, there's hope. We are not perfect. We are not normal. We're not the stereotypical family. We're a Christian family that knows how to get through the challenges of life. We know how to fight still, a little bit, but we sure as heck know how to forgive. We sure as heck know how to say we're sorry, and we're sure as heck to know that God is the reason how to protect us.